1.8 billion people, one faith. But most of the world has never heard its real story. What if everything you thought you knew about Islam was wrong? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share will change how you see the world. Islam is the second largest religion on earth. It stretches from the deserts of Arabia to the mountains of Indonesia, from the streets of London to the villages of West Africa. But despite its size, Islam remains one of the most misunderstood religions in history. Today, we're going deep into the truth, the beauty, and the wisdom of Islam. In the year 610 AD, a man named Muhammad was meditating alone in a cave outside Mecca. He was 40 years old. He was known in his city as Al-Amin, the trustworthy one. Then, something happened that would change human history forever. A presence appeared, and it spoke one word: Iqra. Read. Muhammad couldn't read. He was terrified. He ran home shaking. But those first words, the very first revelation of the Quran, began a message that would reach billions of people across 1,400 years. Islam wasn't born in war. It wasn't born in politics. It was born in silence, in a cave, with a single command: read. Most people think Islam means peace. Close, but not quite. Islam comes from the Arabic root salama, which means submission, safety, and peace together. A Muslim is someone who submits their will to God, and through that submission, finds peace. This is why Muslims greet each other with Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. Not just hello, not just goodbye, a prayer, every single time they meet. Islam has 5 pillars, 5 actions that hold the faith together like the walls of a house. Shahada, the declaration of faith. Salah, praying 5 times a day. Zakat, giving a portion of your wealth to those in need. Saum, fasting during the month of Ramadan. Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca at least once in a lifetime. Simple, powerful, timeless. Here's what most history books skip. Between the 8th and 13th centuries, while much of Europe was in the Dark Ages, the Islamic world was experiencing something extraordinary: a golden age of knowledge. Muslim scholars preserved and translated the works of ancient Greece. They invented algebra. The word itself comes from Arabic, al-Jabr. They mapped the stars and named them: Aldebaran, Betelgeuse, Altair, all Arabic names. They built the world's first universities. They pioneered medicine, optics, chemistry, and philosophy. A scholar named Ibn Sina, known in the West as Avicenna, wrote a medical encyclopedia that was used in European universities for 600 years. Islam didn't just survive history. For centuries, Islam drove history forward. The Quran has 6,236 verses, but one verse is recited more than any other, billions of times every single day. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Before eating, before driving, before beginning any task, Muslims start with mercy. In fact, the word for mercy, Rahma, appears in the Quran 114 times. The word punishment appears far less. The God of Islam is not primarily a God of wrath. He is a God of mercy first, and that changes everything. Many people assume religion and science are enemies. In Islam, they never were. The Quran itself commands believers to observe, to question, to explore. Do they not look at the sky above them? It asks. Do they not travel through the earth and see? These are not the words of a faith that fears knowledge. They are the words of a faith that demands it. This is why, at the height of the Islamic Golden Age, Baghdad's House of Wisdom was the greatest library on earth. Scholars of every background, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, worked side by side, translating, debating, discovering. Science was not separate from faith. Science was an act of worship. Islam is not a religion of one culture, one race, or one region. It is a message for all of humanity. The mathematics you use every day, built on Islamic scholarship. The stars you look up at every night, named by Muslim astronomers. The hospitals that save lives, inspired by Islamic medicine. Islam didn't just shape one civilization, it shaped all of them. So the next time someone tells you Islam is a religion of the past, remind them: algebra, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, architecture, that is the legacy of Islam, and it is not over. 1.8 billion people wake up every morning and say, Bismillah, in the name of God, and they begin again. If this video opened your mind even a little, share it, because understanding starts with one conversation, and that conversation starts with you. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What did you learn today that surprised you the most?